Hi, welcome to Texas Lone Wolf channel, so to speak. Now, we are going to cover a very controversial topic. When a woman hits the wall, this is the age where city girl winter hits. City girl winter hits. It's too late. The ship done sailed, so to speak. Ship done sailed. It sailed. It ain't coming back. Men decided. Men decided to say, hey, you want your cake and eat it? You can go ahead and, you know, you want your cake and eat it? Go ahead. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be very, very, very bad. See, the city girl summer starts in the early teens, throughout high school, then the fiery 20s, and then when you hit about 26, 27, then there's a blip in the menstrual cycle. Probably perimenopause coming in and say, hey, uh-oh, knock knock. Now, whenever a woman hits the wall, she's going to hit it in stages. She's going to hit the wall in stages. All right? And she's going to do it in stages. All right? And I'm going to pull up this very, very, very interesting, Now, this was posted September to 22. The wall affects women in many ways that I'm going to go ahead and break it down. We're going to go ahead and just want to do a discussion on this. So, Purple Pill Debate 2 years ago, Spankier Copita wrote, is the wall something that happened to women? Affects them more than men? The answer is yes. Yes. We all get old. Alright. Now, for the men don't get affected by this. What happens to men is quite different from women. First, the women start off happy. Then when they age out, they end bitter. Alright? Let me repeat this again. When a woman starts off happy, she starts off happy about age 8, 9, 10, and all in the teens. Then in the 20s, up to the age of 30, then it's time to lock down somebody rapidly. The city girl summer ends in city girl winter. Sometimes they focus on their degrees and career, corporate ladders, and they climb up there and they get burned out and what have you. So, anyways, here's the deal. The wall definitely happened to men in terms of sporting careers. Yes, true enough. But I also want to touch up on this. Now, on the money aspect of the wall, okay, pay attention. The money aspect of the wall, the older the woman gets, the more her income dips. Unless she's married, and the opposite is happening with the man. Income is taken off. Her income's going to grow when they stay married. But when a woman files for divorce, thinking she's going to ascend, she's going more likely to descend in value as she gets older. And most modern women have it in their head, nah, I'm going to ascend in value. Actually, they're going to plummet in value. Now, take note. When a woman plummets in value, she's not even wanted. Let me give you an example. She goes to a club, and most of the time they go to a club try to pick up Mr. Right, the good man. But let me tell you what they're going to find at the club. They're going to find the bad boys at the club. They're going to find the Pookies and Ray Rays there. They're going to find the Wands there. And they're going to get made in, they're going to get, the rest. So when a woman hits 35, usually that is the cutoff date for the eggs in the ovaries. Then the menstruation slows down. And when she hits 40s, she still thinks she can give birth. But what happens if she has illness? What happens if she still thinks she's going to meet Mr. Right and then turn around, get disappointed when the guy just flakes off and runs off? They're at the mercy of Father Time. He's hitting their looks. He's hitting the shine. He hits the feminine vocals. He takes away the feminine vocals to give masculine vocals to the women. He gives age lines to women. If women smoke cigarettes, drink soda waters all the time, eat junk food, they are going to age like cheese and become molded and undesirable. They're going to age like milk pretty damn fast. I'm not putting you down. It's just, it is what it is. The older the woman gets, the less desirable she becomes. Oh, and the opposite happens to men. The older the man gets, the more he looks like a steak to others that have friends on him. Use them as emotional tampon. And you just name it. Most women go, what happened? Where did all the good men go? Hey, they've been right there. They've been watching you ride the CC. They watch you row the CC. They watch you ride the bad boys. They watch you act a fool. They watched all that. Remember, when a woman hits the wall, she wants to settle down and have children. And they think they can trick Mother Nature and Father Time, who works hand in hand. So if they think, oh, well, you know what? Feminism said I can have children up in the age 70s, 80s, and 90s. I can have children anytime. I can put it off. Let me tell you something. Feminism lied to you. Feminism lied to everyone. Feminism was created by the Rockefellers, the super elite groups, to tax both men and women in the workplace. Prior to founding of feminism, they could not tax the married woman. This way, they give women more freedom to follow feminism, which is extremely toxic. They just tax the woman. Then the woman gets burned out. You know what else happens to her? She regrets acting like a man instead of acting like a woman and act feminine. Then she wants to compete with the other women and put tattoos, nose rings, and hooks in their nose. And you know what? No man wants to be caught with a woman wearing piercings like that. No man wants to be caught with a woman not taking care of herself as she ages gracefully. If she doesn't age gracefully, she ages like milk, no man wants her. Number one, she's got attitude. Number two, her personality stinks to high heaven. Number three, instead of working with a man, she just want to argue and combat and be combative and tell the man he needs to do it the woman's way and blah, and the whole 9 yards. You know, a relationship requires teamwork. And I'm going to go ahead and read up on this Reddit post. The wall refers to more of the attractiveness of pretty hair, have some roots and rationalization to any female fertility. Okay, before 37, no health issues, no complications. She was thinking about having a second, which her doctor said she needed to start right away because her window of opportunity is rapid closing. She had a child at 37. My parents waffled, and I'm made the only child, and it's not like a career-driven woman who thought her biological clock would never stop ticking. She and my dad are regular people who didn't get together until their 30s. The man is unaffected by this. The man can have children all the way up into his late years. Okay? The man is unaffected by the aging factor of the wall. When a man hits the wall, that means he ain't got no money to call his own, or he goes bouncing place to place, panhandling, and not want to work. That's when a man hits the wall. Anyways, the wall, biological clock or whatever you want to call it, to be honest with you, women's fertility slammed shut in the 30s. All right. So, anyways, so the wall is serious. There are many women who tried to defy Mother Nature and Father Time. And, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play you a video. Are you ready? I'm going to go ahead and play this. Alright, I need you to hold on to this. I need to play this here for you, and I'm gonna let you see this yourself. Be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I'm fine. I got this here ready to go.
I'm sitting here with just this horrible realization. I have spent most of my days figuring out how I can become physically, mentally, financially, spiritually healthy enough to be able to afford and take care of a child. And not only have I taken that time, but I've done the math, and it does not work out. I am not young enough, or fertile enough, or financially stable enough to even do another round of IVF. And at 36, like, I'm sorry, like, you're gonna say, like, you have time. Like, I don't. Because I can't spend another minute of my life trying to make something work when I'm just fighting upstream. I don't have a support system. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources or the community. And it just kills me. It kills me that I had embryos with my ex-husband that were viable. And they're just gone now. And my future with those children and my life as a mother is just... it's gone. And it's not just that it's gone, it's the fact that it was decided for me by so many other people and factors. And that's what kills me. Because it was not my choice. And I'm angry. And I'm heartbroken.
We've basically told a great generation of young women, don't get married, don't have kids, go get a corporate job, and...
See, when you swallowed feminism, this is what you get. By 2030, it's going to be called Years of Tears. And yes, I've talked about it before on one of my videos.
It's created mass political hysteria. And then in their early 30s, they get really upset because they say, the boys don't want to date me anymore because they're not at their prime. And people get mad when I say that. Well, it's just true. If you're in your early 30s, I'm sorry. It's like you're not as attractive in the dating pool as you were in the early 20s. But again, you have your corporate job and cats, so I thought
So this has kind of been a conversation about women hitting their wall for a while. And the wall is basically the point at which women, and apparently this doesn't really exist for men, the women reach.
So, yes, the wall doesn't exist for men. Men can make children way into their late ages. Women cannot. A lot of women, they get upset and jealous over this.
The point where they are no longer getting more attractive or gaining more value in the eyes of a potential mate and are kind of on the back end. So they're.
But also take note, more and more women in the age of 30s and 40s are usually filing for divorces. Majority of the times. Just remember, not all of them do it, but majority of them do it. But they fail to realize that the grass isn't always greener. If you want green grass, you got to maintain your own lawn. Don't go and try to jump on another woman's green grass that she has maintained.
They're on the downhill. Their looks are getting worse. The attraction or attractiveness that they have to a guy is getting less and less, and they are no longer seen as kind of the cream of the crop. They've passed their prime, and there are some disagreements about what this age is. Some people say it's 26, some people say it's 30, some people say it's 35, some people say it's 40. And so there are some conversations, some kind of interesting, some not interesting at all, and just downright objectifying and degrading.
There we are. The same words that feminists use. Objectifying, degrading, blah, 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 cry me a river. Christian women love telling men how to talk. They love. Imagine, think of the red pill as a locker room. Think of it as guys chatting in the locker room. And then the trad con feminists come in and say, don't say it like that. Is it true or is it not true? That's what we got to focus on. Is the information correct instead of crying about how it makes us feel?
So, you know what? With that being said, tradcon feminism, you know, they don't realize that once men get tired of it, they walk. Most men, they just, oh, here you go. And also, take notice, a married woman divorced her husband by listening to her friends. Remember, women cannot be friends with other women in the place we call animal kingdom in the world. They cannot be friends. Okay, you know what? Let me show you something. This woman listened to her friends, and look where she's at.
I stayed in a marriage for 23 years and built up a family and my ex's career and everything, and we literally just got.
She was married 23 years, divorcer, millionaire. And you know what?
To where it was supposed to be everything we dreamed of. Like
23 years to divorce a millionaire. She listened to her friends. And you know what? Her friends bailed on her. When a woman has something good, other women want to sabotage that. Did you know that? They want to sabotage something good. Let's continue on, shall we?
Owned a company making, almost $1 million, and that was my breaking point, and I left it all. And I'm not a person that is about money. I've kind of been in mourning of the oh my gosh, I gave it all up.
But I also want to I want to go ahead and cut into this. She's not really a bad looking woman, but I could tell by looking at her how vulnerable she is, listening to her friends and regretting her decisions.
Everything was around my family. So when I chose to leave, I gave it all up. Like, all up. I had no clue that the worst was yet to come in the 1 year of separation. And so it's weird because I find that I just thought today for a split second, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I thought, I should have just stayed. I should have stayed. It wasn't that bad. Like, you made it 23 years. You made 26 years total. Your kids are like college and one's almost out of high school. Like, you made it. You made it. Like, it didn't matter at this point. They can do their own separate life and all that. You made it to the point where you guys were making so much money and you had big houses and you could do whatever you want and you can relax. And I literally just called my friend and was like freaking out because, like, I'm the biggest person that keeps me back. Like, I'm terrified. I don't have 401k. My counsel did not have my back. I was so traumatized when I got out and then terrorized for the next year that I couldn't even think straight to help the people that wanted to help me. And the people I entrusted to help me didn't help me. And there's just timelines that you can't stop. And so it is what it is. And, you know, I'm 47 years old. It's not like I'm 25. I'm healthy. Kinda. I have an autoimmune disease, which means it's life-threatening for the rest of my life. You know, things can change. But it's not like I'm an invalid and can't do anything for myself. But it is terrifying. Like, I could have stayed. I'm so mad that I think this way. I could have stayed. My life would have been so much easier. I could have just gone and done whatever I wanted. Kinda. I mean, I say that, and then I think as I say that, I'm like, but you couldn't. It's like so weird that my brain thinks that way. And I called my girlfriend and I told her, it was like, I probably should have just stayed. I should have just stayed. It wasn't that bad. And she just started.
But also take note, she's not the only one that done this. There are thousands of women that listen to their friends divorcing their husband and later on regretting their decision. And I want to also say that whenever a woman initiates a divorce, the man will not take her back. You're going to say, well, why should I go ahead and tie a knot? And you're going to go ahead and break the contract again. Nah, I ain't giving you a second chance. You know, something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue watching this.
She's like, Jenna, what are you talking about? Like, literally. And then I just keep thinking, I'm like, but I had a huge house and all my bills were paid for and I never had to think how they were going to get paid. My grass was cut, well, not the last year of separation. But you know what I mean? All the basic things that keep the image up. And I gave up my entire image that I was trained to have for my family for 23 years. Like, I was the stay-at-home mom and I made the image of we were the perfect family. I have beautiful children. They were dressed right. They, you know, did top sports like cheer and football and went to all that stuff. And I was, you know, the cheer mom and, you know, did all that stuff and then did photography on the side just to make money, to make ends meet while he built his career up. And I stayed long enough to just give it all up when it was like right there. And I'm so mad at myself because I'm not this way. I don't think this way. But it is hard to be a single female when you're 47, when your kids are out. It's not like I have little kids. I always say if I had little kids, this would be not even a question because that instinct comes in. I have to, my kids, you know, I got little kids. I got to get them up for school. I got to get them to here. I got to get them to there. I got to go to work. I got to do that. I don't have that. I'm literally at home. The worst time of my day is after the gym at night when the house is quiet and silent and I just am in my thoughts. And it's so hard. Like, I'm my own boss. If I don't go to work, if I get sick, nothing happens. And my Jenna Murphy photography would just crumble. And I love what I do. I have a passion for it. I love it. but I'm in my head. Like, I'm literally in my head. And I'm booking shoots and I'm doing amazing. I'm so excited. But every time I think future or long run, I freak out. Because my future was right there. Like, it was solidified. Like, I was comfortable for the rest of my life. Maybe not mentally in my relationship, but financially, I was fine. And I gave it all up to be happy. Maybe I should have stayed. It was like stable in every other area but that. Like, is my mental health really that important? And then my friends remind me, they're like, yes, like you're just in that crazy in-between stage. And I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to work through the process. But it's terrifying. It's terrifying to start over at 47. But it's hard to know you gave away. My ex will probably never make less than $1 million every year. And I'm starting over. And basically as if I'm a 20-year-old again. And it just doesn't seem fair.
Now, that concludes this video of women hitting the wall. But men are unaffected by this. Most men realize, what's worth of chasing women? Chase your passion, chase your dreams. Chase what you like doing. Everything else will fall into place. Anyways, thank you for watching. And don't forget to smash the subscribe and like button. Or if you don't like this video, just go ahead and smash that. And hit the bell icon to stay updated for more content coming your way. Thank you for watching. You have a great day. Peace out.